Whenever I do have the opportunity of meeting government officials, particularly on a trip like this where I'm just at the beginning of a round-the-world tour, going to Far East after I leave Europe, I try to get the views of the various leaders on the economic problems in the area and on foreign policy problems generally. And I had a very interesting discussion with both the Prime Minister and our other guests at lunch on these subjects. As far as what those subjects were, naturally, when you discuss matters with the head of government, I can't disclose what it was about, except to say that it was very helpful, and I was very impressed by the Prime Minister's interest in not only the affairs of his own country, but his understanding of the issues, the international problems that face Europe and the world.
Do you foresee hopes of an immediate settlement to the war in Vietnam?
No immediate settlement. I am going to be there within about 2 weeks. I would say, however, that on this particular issue, I, being a member of what we call the loyal opposition, as you call it in this country, in this particular issue, I believe that it is essential for the United States to continue its strong policy in Vietnam. I think the way to accelerate a settlement and de-escalate this war is to do what we are doing, and that is to bring the military pressure on the aggressors that will bring them to the conference table. I believe the way to prolong the war and to escalate the war would be not to put enough military pressure on them. The aggressors, history tells us, are encouraged to come to a conference table only when they become convinced that they aren't going to gain from their aggression. And this is what is not understood about American policy. I know that many of our friends around the world have the impression that the United States is being rash and irresponsible and reckless in Vietnam. I say, on the contrary, that what we are trying to do here is to stop aggression in Southeast Asia, because only by stopping aggression now will we avoid big war later.
In effect, you agree with President Johnson's policy?
I agree with the goal of the policy. I agree with the steps that have been taken in recent weeks using our air power against the oil supplies in North Vietnam. There are some areas where I disagree, but I would not discuss those areas, of course, in a foreign visit.
Are you going to contest the next presidential election for the Republican Party in America?
My only plans election-wise are to work for the success of our Republican candidates this November. Now, having indicated some agreement with President Johnson in this field, let me say that I am a Republican, and as a Republican and a member of the loyal opposition, I will work as vigorously for the election of Republicans to the Congress as President Johnson, when he was a senator, worked for the election of Democrats when we were in office.